Let's begin Chapter 2, Breaths Behind the Door. Malik was still clutching her juice box, her eyes fixed on the television screen. But her mind was wandering in another world. Suddenly, the apartment door swung open, and Ziad and Farah burst in, their laughter filling every corner, though their heavy school bags still weighed down their shoulders. Farah was surprised to see Malik at this hour. Malik, back early today. It seems the sky is about to rain miracles. Malik smiled. Yes, dear. Tell me, how was your school day? Ziad tossed his bag onto the sofa and let out a weary sigh. Nothing. Just a heavy, tedious day that never ends. Farah nodded in agreement. Truly, it's a soul-crushing day. Malik laughed at them. You're always like this. Any day with school in it is judgment day to you. Farah approached. Malik with a tone of hidden self-interest. Well, Lulu, since you're back early, how about making us lunch? We have midterm exams coming up, and Ziad and I need to catch up on what we missed. Malik took a final sip and stood up. All right, princess, tell me, what do your hearts desire? They exchanged looks and shouted in unison, macaroni bechamel and chicken pain. Malik chuckled. Coming right up. Anything for the gang of villains. She entered the kitchen, tied her hair into a bun, and began moving in her private sanctuary. The sizzling of oil and the aroma of bechamel that began to waft through the apartment made life brighten in their eyes. They gathered, ate, laughed, and exchanged those delicious sibling bickerings that held no malice. The world calmed down with the sunset prayer Maghrib. Malik stood on the balcony gathering the laundry. The breeze carried a slight bite of cold, while the sky began to drape itself. She went inside and started folding the clothes mechanically, her mind drifting back to the image of Mohammed standing with their neighbor that morning. Suddenly, the door opened. Peace be upon you, and upon you be peace, Malik replied. Farah rushed toward the door. Father, you've come. Morning enters keys, and asked Farah affectionately, what did you do today, sweetheart? Everything was fine, Father. Just a normal day. Malik stood up. Rest for a bit, my love, and dinner will be before you in seconds. Once again. They gathered around the dinner table. The atmosphere was filled with intimacy. Yet there was one empty chair. Farah asked curiously, Father, where is Mohammed? He hasn't had dinner with us for 2 days. Monam replied as he ate. He's working, my daughter. A livelihood that God has provided for him. Malik raised her eyebrows in surprise. Working until this hour, Father. Monam replied simply, yes. He told me he found an extra job alongside his main one. Malik fell silent, but doubts began to gnaw at her mind. Mohammed had always been short-winded when it came to work. It was impossible for him to accept an extra shift. He was the one who always repeated, health is more important than money. Something was wrong, and her intuition this time was stronger than ever. The evening ended with stories and laughter, but Malik was in another world. She gathered her things and said, good night. She went into her room, locked the door, and threw herself under the covers, staring into the darkness with lost eyes. Her heart was heavy, and a strange lump in her throat refused to leave. Mohammed, who had looked terrified this morning, What are you hiding, Mohammed? In the middle of the night, the house sank into a heavy silence. Except for Malik's room. She was swimming in a strange dream. She was wearing a tattered, blood-stained dress, running through a forest of dead, frozen trees. The snow beneath her feet burned her skin from the extreme frost. The sound of wolves howling drew closer. A woo-woo. Her heart nearly stopped from terror. She ran, glancing behind her, and suddenly her feet slipped. She fell onto the ice, her eyes widening in horror as she saw the fangs. Ahi! Malik woke up startled, sitting up in bed with her breath coming in rapid gasps. She wiped away her sweat and whispered, "God protect me." What a haunting nightmare! Her throat was parched. She climbed out of bed, her feet touching the cold floor tiles, and walked toward the kitchen. While shrinking, a faint sound reached her ears. The sound of a key turning in the door, and the door opening with a suspicious quietness. Malik froze. This time it wasn't a dream. It was Hao. No one enters like this except a thief. She looked around and found a broom. She gripped it with both hands and tiptoed out. She saw the shadow of a man standing with his back to her at the door. Malik raised the broom and, with all the strength she could muster, brought it down on his head. AAAGH! The sound shook the building. The living room lights flickered on, and Monam rushed out, terrified. What happened? Malik, are you okay? Malik screamed, "A thief! Father!" She looked at the ground and was struck with disbelief. It was Mohammed. Her brother was sprawled on the floor, clutching his head in agony. Silence rested. Then Malik burst into laughter so hard she fell to the floor, clutching her stomach. "Ha ha ha, I can't stop." Mohammed glared at her with such rage he looked like he wanted to devour her. While Monam looked at his watch and barked, "What brings you here at 3? And why are you sneaking around like that?" Mohammed answered while groaning, "I was at work. Then I hung out with my friends. I thought I'd come in quietly so as not to wake anyone. I didn't know there was a cow waiting for me behind the door." Malik said, "I'm a cow. Or are you the thief?" Mohammed approached Shuri and grabbed her collar. "I swear I won't let this go. I'm going to teach you a lesson." Monam shouted, "Enough. Leave your sister alone and go to your room immediately." "I don't want to hear another sound." Mohammed entered his room muttering words. Malik called out after him, laughing, "Good night, you rat." Calm returned to the house. Malik put the broom back and went into her room. As soon as the door closed, she fell into a deep sleep instantly. The next morning, the sun rose with its usual chill. Morning work, and without saying, Malik got ready and headed down, only to find Saha waiting for her as usual. "Good morning, gorgeous Koki. Let's go before the manager takes our heads off." They walked together, talking about work and daily life worries. The day passed normally, but only on the surface, in an entirely different place. The primary school. During recess, the noise filled the air. Farah sat alone, clutching a science book, her focus intense as she ate her sandwich. Ziad approached her in surprise. "What are you doing?" "Studying," Farah replied without looking up. "Studying? What kind of subject do you study during recess?" "Science." "There are some difficult lessons that need focus." Ziad laughed. "Difficult? You're a nerd and you've already gotten full marks." Farah frowned. "Don't envy me, Ziad." Ziad scratched his head shield. The teacher asked, Me to find someone from middle. School to explain chemistry to me. And I didn't find anyone but you. Farah raised an eyebrow. You really didn't find anyone but me, Ziad said honestly. Your classmates talk about anime and Barbie. I want to pass. Besides, my sister favor innocent, childish fussy. Farah laughed. You're really a fool. Fine, sir, I'll help you. Ziad jumped with joy. That's my wonderful sister. Their laughter filled the place a moment so innocent and pure. They did not know that the days of that innocence were numbered. Discussion questions. Malik's nightmare, the tattered dress. The snow, and the Volf was chilling. Do you think it's just a product of her subconscious? Or is it a prophecy of a disaster? And who is the real Volf? If you were in Malik's shoes and heard suspicious movement in the hallway at 3 a.m., how would you react? Would you brandish a broom in the face of danger? Or would you retreat under the covers and pretend to be asleep? And with that reached dazed, I hope you enjoyed this journey through the halls of Malik's home. Please don't hold back your thoughts and feedback. I truly hope you loved Chapter 2.